So here are some tips to my blood group. It is not necessarily aimed for other blood groups, as in terms of it's directed and aimed for people without a negative and or a positive in their blood testings that show upon areas such as planet Earth. So it is very important to not ask for something you know you shouldn't ask for, and that is the obvious, because if you are symbolically, like myself, shrunken and seen small on a planet and you don't look like yourself, then obviously the response that you're going to get is going to be a very, very big response that could be overwhelming and or harmful. So this incident had happened to me in 1988. It wasn't really a prayer, but it was more of a thought into the sky that aimed into the sky, and myself asking for my soulmate in 1988. Strange enough, I am already at the stage where I am with Soul Element, but I do not and have not seen Mate Element in the year of 2020. However, it seemed only that that's the only thing I could ask for, as all these storms and attacks on the down underneath were all pretty much aiming directly towards me. So at that age 8, that's all I could have asked for. And it was still granted in a way of a learning experience, as in terms of studies only, as to live elements being a live person, element, soul. So usually the questions I do not want to ask are being asked and answered, such as, how did Satan live? And as they had me actually experience how Satan lived in a way that it was harmonically horrible, because that is men's hormones and men's reaction, as it felt that the men hormones were being enhanced in my body, as in a way that I was experiencing Satan's life and the way he lived. So I mean, that just obviously showed that if we are somehow related, then that part of him was enhanced naturally in my body to cause me to feel men's hormones enhanced in a way that it was not right for myself to endure. But that didn't last long. Obviously, that ended the moment that I really didn't want to know anymore, and the moment that I was pretty much done reading. The moment I saw him in 2018, I did read already, but I just didn't understand how it was. But obviously, I wanted to see it for myself, as in terms of a video or something else, not to actually live it. But I did live it for approximately 2 days, and it was very suppressive in a way that it was controlled. But it could have been normal for him, because as the infinity element is perhaps having to be a certain way, as in a way that it is planets have to orbit, clouds have to come, things like that. It is space there has to be space, things like that. It has to be normal for him, but for myself it wasn't. Anyways, we'll skip to how to pray. So these are the techniques that I have found if you're suffering down here like myself. These are some ways I have found a way to contact and or pray to ask for something beneficial for all life and everyone else. So this is number 1, 9 incense sticks outside, aiming towards the infinite amount of sky, which is the cord parents of my blood group. So when you're praying this, you can pray silently and or aloud. 2, sitting in the satanic star and or star watching. 3, the universe, music, and melodies. 4, higher elevation grounds. 5, laying in, if you have these abilities, if you so happen to also have these abilities, it is only for emergencies, as in a way you would lay and cry and beam parts of you out to contact the people outside of here. 6, praying in the prayer spiral. If you happen to live in Garden Grove, you can go there, but if there's anything else in there, such as statues or things like that, maybe it could interfere. 7, praying at higher grounds such as temples, churches, and these are all universe grounds, as it all beams up to the sky. And you can also use blue jade in the bath with running water to contact your ancestors, and I found this to be alarming to a lot of people if people happen to be on my planet and or my surroundings, as the random people interfere in the conversation, causing some sort of gravity pull and what felt like disruption elsewhere that I could not see. What I usually did growing up was just speaking with God, and that did not last long. It lasted to 30 years prior the engagement, and around the engagement it felt like everything else was coming, as in collapsing and or not granted. However, obviously it was meant for someone else.